We are getting one step ahead of the summer regret, so don't let it sink in. We are going to close out this season with confidence thanks to the help of my next guest. Before we quickly just transition into fall, she suggests taking a mindful moment to appreciate our summer experience. Author and speaker Connie Sokol is joining me. Great to see you.
So good to see you.
Here's what's happening right now in the minds of moms everywhere. I know it. We're saying, did I milk it? Did I get what I was supposed to get and give to my kids what they were supposed to receive out of summer? And it's hard not to let the guilt creep in once it's over.
Oh yeah, and we were out there, summer is not the same. Back in the day, you had hours to do whatever. It's busy, it's go, it's making a memory, it's having a thing, yes. Right? It's crazy, and kids are going to activities and sports and jobs, and
yes.
It's nutty. So really, truly, this is good that we're addressing it.
And you're taking us through kind of a questionnaire that will help us just properly reflect and realize you did a good job, Mom.
Exactly. A pat on the back, look for the pockets. Absolutely.
All right, question number one. In one word, what was your core expectation for summer, and in what ways, planned or unexpected, did you meet that?
Exactly. Now, this is not one of those things. Again, these are not guilt-inducing. These are go back and look through those little pockets. I know I read about this man who said he took his family to all these monuments and all these major vacation places, and it was incredible and it was exhausting. At the end of the summer, he asked his teenage son, what was your favorite moment? And he said, remember we were laying out in the grass and just looking at the stars, and we were just talking? Yeah, that was my favorite. I was like, could have saved thousands of miles and hours and dollars, right? But the truth is, we can look for those pockets. Our word for the summer was connection. It didn't mean that we were connected all summer long, but we said, what are we gonna do to create that connection? For us, it's Hawaii, that's our favorite place. So we went and we said, what are we gonna do there to create connection? Because when you go on vacation, sometimes everyone's in different rooms and you're not really connecting.
Yeah, just going on a beautiful vacation, a luxurious vacation like Hawaii doesn't necessarily instill connection automatically.
It doesn't until you're being intentional. So we did this thing this first time, doing zip line. And I thought, okay,
zip line?
That's fine. You know, like I can do 30 feet, and that's what we started with. And I said, great, I'm good for the day. Yeah. Did not know we're going to 150-foot drops. And then there's a zip line right there that's 2 lengths of the Titanic. And I'm like, what? And they want us to go upside down. And anyway, we had an amazing experience, this adventure together, this Mom, you can do it.
Yeah.
With it, all the things that we did during the week, that's their favorite. We talk about that, the laughter, the bonding, it was great. So connection in those unexpected ways.
And I'm imagining if you even if you didn't select a word ahead of the season, which it sounds like you did, to identify, you know, what you were hoping your family experienced, and if you really look for it, you're going to find that word in the little moments, is what I'm hearing you say.
Whatever it was, whether it was peace or joy or whatever, you'll find it.
All right, question number 2. What is one challenge or problem that you faced and solved?
And it may be one that you didn't even think would be something that you were going to actually have to solve. So one of my dear friends, she chose to do an open adoption with her daughter, and she got her at birth, like right at the hospital. The daughter's now 7, and bless their hearts, this was the first time that the daughter was gonna go and stay with the birth mother for a week. So you can imagine all the feels that are going into that for the birth mother, who's amazing, for my friend, who's amazing, for the daughter, who's amazing.
Yes.
And at one point, my friend, she just said, you know, I just had to, it was hard. And she said, I just had to remember, who is this about? It's about my daughter and what's best for her. And it ended up being this beautiful experience because they all came through, worked through all their things individually together and made it a beautiful, positive experience. Talk about becoming. Talk about being able to take a challenge, being able to solve it. If you look back through your summer, you're gonna see some hard things that happened and you had to deal with, and you're gonna say, we grew from that.
And that's what we need to celebrate.
Yes.
As we talk about the swift change of seasons, we don't often pause and look back and say, no, I did that. We did that. Like we love the word becoming.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
Nice. All right, question number 3. What is one life skill that we learned or was taught?
Okay, and this is without the flannel board, okay? So seriously, it's usually the unexpected experiential thing you're learning while you're driving in the car 200 miles or 2,000 miles.
Yeah.
Anyway, we decided to remodel our house. Why? At the beginning of summer. But it seemed like a good idea, and I watched us with these life skills. My kids were deeply involved in choosing colors and design aspects and moving the furniture and then dealing with the flexibility of, you know, at 1.5 people in one bathroom. I mean, they learned how to do this stuff. And I watched how these skills transferred. My daughter was doing FSY for Strength of Youth, and she was traveling different places. She packed a suitcase super fast. She was helping people with travel. She was adjusting and transitioning so fast. And I'm like, These life skills, I could have sat down in a family night and had the flip chart, but it was in real time. So look back on those experiences, the landscaping thing that you're like, ugh.
Yeah.
But what were the life skills that those kids were learning that they'll remember forever?
I remember we had some unexpected visitors pop in. Don't you love that? Right after the tornado literally hits your house post Sunday. And I remember yelling to Emmy, make the beds. It was like 9 a.m. Now she's 7. She should have been making her bed before this. I realized that.
Got it.
But she ran around the house, little girl, sweating, making all the beds. And then from that day forward, the beds were made by Emmy. Like, there it is. In the heat of the moment, when certain visitors that maybe carry judgment with them were coming to our house, she made the beds. The 7-year-old did it, right?
And isn't it beautiful? Because we think summer has to be fun and sun.
Yeah.
And it's about keep the learning going. So
Yes.
I love it.
I didn't plan to share that, but there. What is one growth experience for you as a mom? I like that. How did I grow this season?
You know, we do so good at preparing our kids for summer and all the things, and we just put ourselves on the garage shelf and say, like, see you in fall, right? No, that is not necessary, and it's not healthy for our kids because then they think that's the norm, and they just accept that. So I had this conference I could go to, speaking conference, National Speaking Association. I'm on the board. It was really good for me to be there, but still that mom guilt creeps that, well, it's going to be a few days, and blah. Anyway, I timed it pretty darn well, but even when I got there, I still had that. So I was all in. For the whole weekend, I just said, I'm here and I'm gonna do and grow and become whatever I can. And it was magical. The things I learned, the connections that I made with the women that I went, the friendships that we deepened, the 2 a.m. conversations. I came back so juiced and energized to be a mom and to better help the women that I work with. It was amazing.
It was worth it.
So now I'm like, every summer I'm planning a growth experience because it's hard enough even when you plan it.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna do that. And so look for that in the summer and say, when can I show them I'm still a person and I love you and you get to support me in my thing.
Yes, we're out of time, but question number 5, what is one moment that captured summer? Connie, thank you so much for helping us reflect appropriately. You have a fall retreat coming up. There's details on your website.
Yep, ConnieSokol.com/retreat. If you want to get in, find and fulfill your purpose or be a speaker, writer, or media presence for him, we got you.
And this is happening this fall.
This fall, September. Love it.
So exciting. A great time to recharge with Connie and other wonderful women like her. So go to her website for more details. We will be right back.